She had the lead at 12 under until the bogey at 14. Now Allie Ewing has a birdie putt at 5 to take the lead outright. That was just a moment ago. So Allie Ewing, 3 times a winner on the LPGA Tour, playing in the final pair with the young Aussie, the 23-year-old from Sydney, Grace Kim.
4 pars to start for both these players.
Now you see Ataya Titakun has joined the leaders. This is Jing Yan, the veteran from China, played collegiately at the University of Washington, like our colleague Paige McKenzie.
Been a little bit tight, made a wonderful par save on the 10th hole, par 5, where we certainly think she'd take advantage. And then, as you mentioned, the last hole, another par 5, not able to take advantage of that either, actually give one back, but good speed there.
With another wedge in hand, this is the club she hit on the last par 3, the last hole that set up birdie. Oh, not a good bounce there. Just carried it a little too far.
And fell way back at the end. Lexi, no problem. A 2-putt par. First one from off the green.
Safe to say that Grace Kim is a little bit of the unknown in this group, but one would think Allie Ewing, with her experience, would not stumble. That also a wedge, a little softer version.
Grace Kim for birdie at 6.
Really challenging putt speed-wise. Level at first, then quite a big downhill slope.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Guess it wasn't such a bad bounce after all, Kay.
I would not have given her any chance of making that. When I got to think that shooting 6 under on a weekend at Lancaster Country Club, 68-66 on those treacherous greens, had to build a ton of confidence.
Allison Lee had the first round lead. She's in contention here, second at 12.
Yeah, she had definitely a struggle of a day yesterday after such a fabulous first round.
You can aim at our TV tower and it's a clear shot, so that's right at the flag, but it's not a bad place to aim it anyway. It's got to go a bit.
Oh yes, that worked out fabulously. Got a nice little kiss.
It was all of the fans trying to cheer me up. It just touched me that they were trying to elevate me as I was struggling. It's a sweet moment.
That's a 6-iron on the way, Morgan, and she struck it beautifully.
Wonderful shot there. But yeah, it was. I mean, it was a really tough weekend for Grace.
At the 7th, Allie Ewing's second.
She was chipping from a very thick lie.
Meanwhile, up ahead on the back 9, Ataya Titakun with her second.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity. She's way down there off the tee. Just a short shot into this front hole location. That was a good, confident stroke there. You could see it was right on the line. You know, if you feel like you're not seeing the lines as well, Drew is a fabulous green reader. And another birdie for Grace, 2 in a row.
Well, this was not the start we thought, Morgan, that we would see from the 2-time Meijer champ, Brooke Henderson, today.
Out in 39. Golf course, you know, similar to Lexi, you'd expect her to.
And she does get some good angle on the ball to get it to jump out of there quite well. Got plenty of height on this.
It's a great area of the golf course for viewing as well. You can see a great crowd there on 17 watching Lex.
Going back to her regular looking putter grip, she seems to get more flow through the putts.
Lexi Thompson turning the clock back. Won here in 2015. This was the 5th of her 11 LPGA wins. Does she have another in her? At the par 5/8, Grace Kim's third. Just a moment ago.
25-yard bunker shot, good lie.
Yeah, she just chunked it, Kay.
And now live after that good break for Allie Ewing for eagle.
A 60-footer, kind of a slow climb uphill. Did not hit that solidly. It looked like it took some extra hops and comes up a good 7 feet shy.
This is for eagle at 10.
Yeah, 10's a tough green to get there into. It awkwardly sits from the second shot down to that green. That is wonderful right there.
Gonna grind over the 7-footer for a birdie and get a little closer to Grace.
Has a good record here at Blythefield. Assistant Solheim Cup captain to watch Allison Corpuz playing well, Morgan.
Well, I don't know about me, but our colleague Angela Stanford was out there playing with her the first 2 days and was very fired up. I've heard a little bit that the greens are a bit slow.
And I think this is the club she can go ahead and hit hard without worrying about it going over.
Every single step of the way that she's walked out here today, and that's a familiar thing that I've seen across her career.
Into the hole, she's had some really good strokes.
Just in the fairway at 9, Allie Ewing.
Yeah, 15 paces ahead of Grace. That's a 6-iron en route.
It's been a tough hole today, this 9th, but Brittany Lincecum with an eagle earlier today, holing out.
You know, she said what she said at the US Women's Open, that she was going to step away. And this is the Lexi we're used to seeing, Morgan.
Now an important par save.
She was really solid, kept her head down through that putt, stayed very much in her posture. Always has been just a grinder, truly a grinder. I knew that was going to give a pretty big fist pump right there.
Yeah. Morgan, you've won at Pinehurst #2. You played there at the 2014 US Open as well. There are some moments like this, aren't there?
Oh, yes. And what it does is it forces you to be creative.
Going with the more lofted wedge. Plenty of green to work with.
Oh, but she didn't quite get that catch. Okay, like a check. It.
Jay Brewers, and I can confirm, delightful. Grace Kim, par at 10.
Not so delightful on this green right now.
No.
Giant pull there. That's going to leave a tricky little shot.
Bogey putt for Allie Ewing at 10.
This would be massive. That was, in her case, that was a great save. Green starts tilting away towards the back, right about where the hole's located.
And that was somewhat perplexing right there. Looked like she pulled it maybe a little bit from our angle. Also not a great read.
Yeah, it looked like it should be a left to right breaking putt, but she probably overdid. Important to just clean up this comebacker. Oh, there you go.
You know, she had the putting week of her life. Third shot at 14 for Allison Corpuz.
Just chipping up a good bit of a ridge right in the middle of the green here. Be slow. On that whole location. She uses the decade system. So that would mean aiming a little bit left, playing for your dispersion pattern. Well, nothing quite like taking the hole on directly. Just so firm there.
Into a little breeze right now. And that whole location is quite aggressively tucked on that right side.
And she was set up aggressively as well, taking dead aim. One of the best that we have seen.
Primary rough. She's going to have to gouge this out. Oh, is that going to be enough to clear? Yeah, that was pretty darn good from that lie. Took the appropriate wedge out.
All right, so birdie putts for our final pair coming up. Corpuz to tie the lead.
Just a little bit of movement in this one above the hole.
It was a real struggle of a weekend, and I think getting confidence back, Kay, with the putter has really been the key.
Definitely a little bit of a lull for both these players in the last 45 minutes to an hour, but that happens.
It is interesting, those low rounds from Lexi, from Anna Nordquist. She actually had to go back to the Q Series last winter. Yep. Walked that one in. Sim is her nickname. Yeah.
Definitely a lot of points and Rolex rankings up for grabs.
Couple of birdie putts at the 13th. Here's Grace Kim.
Pretty speedy downhill. How about the couple of long putts she's made on the par threes?
She's birdied.
She made over 100 feet of putts yesterday.
They're making this hole look so easy.
Allison Lee Morgan closing in on 200 career starts on the LPGA Tour. That birdie takes her to 11 under.
Midge uphill at the start and then back downhill about a foot from the hole. Oh, what a loss.
Anyone had ever come after round one. She was around 100th after round one. Went on to win. Grace Kim at 14.
After that huge tee shot. Needs to climb one more little crest there. Gosh, only had 5 iron left into this hole. Played as well in the back 9 as they certainly could have.
Na Rin An is in the top 10, playing the 15th. This was a moment ago, and a beauty from 28-year-old from
15, 17 paces on, has 25 to the front. So roughly trying to land us about 40. Oh yeah, that'll do.
And Grace Kim giving her a little thumbs up there. And they're smart play.
But they both walk off with 4. Up ahead at 15. On for birdie. She can't believe it. Look at it. How did it go that way, she says.
Yeah, just been a tricky hole to read the green. Tricky hole to get it close, even though you only have a short iron in your hands. Still playing over par today, which really surprised me when I saw that this tee was moved up.
Presented by the Odyssey AI1 putters for Eagle at 14.
That was a really nice roll. I mean, she gave that legitimate chance. It looked in the hole, and now just to tap in for birdie.
So Morgan, we talked about this earlier. 5 3-putts over the first 36 holes, but none today.
Not a lot in this putt.
Excellent. Both of them, the last 2 holes, trading birdies.
Thick rough, but it is uphill all the way to the hole. You can see the club just gets stuck in that thick grass.
Hit a great one on the 13th. Corpuz for par.
And this one was straight back up the hill, but couldn't get it to go.
I mean, the 17th now is tied with 13 for the hardest hole on this golf course. It's definitely given back quite a few to the field today.
Up one to the 16th, and the second up the hill for Na Rin An.
Well, it takes a huge hop. That'll leave a quick putt down the hill, but
Brooke Henderson. Began the day at -8. And a closing birdie for a 73.
Than she should have had after that birdie putt. Oh, goodness, Morgan, was that an unforced error or what?
Yeah, I mean, really surprising the way that she has played. Been so solid other than that little bobble.
And suddenly, Grace Kim has a little wiggle room.
Yeah, Kay, every hole almost seemed like on the back nine played up the hill. And I think the caddies remember that even more than the players.
She was hoping for. How about Corpuz's third at 18?
Well, she's found a nice little upslope here and played that low with a lofted wedge.
She has a little toy avocado hanging from her golf bag as well. Why? She loves avocados. And who doesn't?
Who doesn't? I was going to say, who doesn't, Kay?
Oh, she's going to love that.
Hit a nice little bunker shot to this point.
Tied for 5th when the round began.
Oh, that just looked a little tentative.
3 straight 68s. Steady's a good word for Allison, though, isn't it? Temperament-wise and game. It's been really impressive. 5-3 putts over 36 holes today. Grace Kim has poured them in.
No, I think gonna have to play left towards the center of the green. That's a 9-iron. And that was very smart. Beautiful shot. Don't take the flagstick on from that angle. Morgan, that hurts from the center of the fairway with a wedge in your hand.
Yeah, with that angle that she had, that could not have been better to that whole location. That looked like a good stroke, just not enough pace.
Will be joining the crew. Solid. What happened to our nip and tuck close race here? It's the toughest fairway, or the second toughest fairway to hit today, and Na Ren An missed it. Now working hard here.
And less than half the field hitting this fairway. It just sits at a weird angle. And even with that, along with Anna Norquist, both of them going out early in 65, potentially playing their way into the final group.
This is very close to the distance that she had on the 14th. Boy, she's pretty crafty with those little half wedges.
Now, when you're really putting from long distance off the fringe, if you get that first hop, it ends up coming up woefully short. So trying to avoid that here, looks like it paid off.
Well, she eagled the hole yesterday and darn near did it again today.
'71. For her 7th birdie of the day.
Just really clutch, and she can draw on that. She's played with a big lead here on these last few holes on the back nine today and looked really solid.